Namaste students. Today we are going to start a new lesson, that is chapter number 13, database concept. So far we know that what do you mean by data. So last class we studied about data structures. So under data structure means it defines how to store data in a in any other secondary storage device or main memory or any other storage device. But according to this chapter, database concept, it defines some objectives, some terms are there. So what are the usage of such terms and how we can implement such terms in our what we can say concept, etc. But here, according to database concept, we have to study about, little bit introduction about database concept. So what do you mean by database? See, database is a collection of logically related data in such a way that we should be able to access the data, we should be able to store and retrieve whenever we need, and we should be able to manipulate data, etc. These are about database. Database means it's a collection of logically related data in such a way that we can access, store and manipulate data. It is called as database. Actually, database, normally we are storing database in a database management system. Actually, database management system is a software that we will see that one in our next sessions. Okay, so why we need database? So that is very important. Why we need database? Actually, database is a backbone of any software. See, any software means in such a way that it may be we can use database in standalone system, online systems, or in mainframe computers and supercomputers everywhere. Everywhere we need database. Actually, database means it's a small software, or we can say it's a logically related data items, collection of logically related data items, and we can store data. And what happens is, operating system, it provides some scheduling algorithm to store the data, right? Okay, see, what do you mean by client server? Client server means wherever you go, we can store data in centralized system. Here we can say centralized system. In this centralized system is called as server. So what are the data that we are going to store in any computer? We need some software called server, or we can say computer. And server, here it provides data to clients. Here we can say client 1, client 2, client 3, client 4, like this. So here, that's why you can say, here it is, data is stored in a system, it is called as server, and it is center, data is center. Okay, these are about small introduction about database concept. So next one is application of database. So what are the important things and where we can apply database? See, first thing is banking. In banking. So here what happens is, it stores, in this concept, database, it stores all the transactions, all the debits, credits, etc. given to the customer. So finally we can say that under banking section we need database to store all the transactions. To store all the transactions. All the transactions under banking. Next one is water billing. So here what happens is, water billing, it requires a database to store RR number. RR number. A lot of people are using water, and here water billing, it requires some RR number to store, and here by using database we can store water billing also. And next concept is rail and airline tickets. And here thing is, first thing is, it is used to schedule the allotment. That is to schedule the allotments and to store the things. And here, main purpose of rail and airline is, airline, that means usage of database under this one is, rail and airline is, that is to perform the ticket reservation, right? Okay, these are about rail and airline. Next, we can make use of database in colleges. In colleges also, we can make use of this one database. So here, to store student information, to store course details, lecture details, and to store all the progress report and details of students, etc. So we need college information or college details. Next one is, here it includes student information, teacher, and sometimes management and course details, etc. Course details, etc. And fifth one is credit card transactions. So under database concept, so we need database to store the credit card transactions, each and every transaction that will be recorded in the database. So this is the fifth one. Next one is telecommunication. So under this telecommunication, it keeps track of all calls recorded and what are the things and what are the information about the customers, customer details and calls and their call records, etc. Next application of database is, there is finance. In finance also we need database system to store all the details of customers. So what are the interest given to a customer, a particular customer, and all the details of loan number and all those things. Next, eighth one is sales. Under sales also we need database concept, that is to keep track of moving items, non-moving items, and it gives the latest information of the stocks. Next one is manufacturing details, and here database are used in manufacturing. And 10th one is human resources, to distribute human resources. That means, so what are the things required in the manufacturing industry or any other industry, that will be stored under this one, human resources. Okay, these are about application of databases. Okay, next we will move on to origin of data. So origin of data, that explains how we can collect the data. That means user or computer, how it collects the data. So it requires data collection, data preparation, and providing data to the data processing system. And what happens is, data processing system, it performs some operations, or we can say it schedules some jobs, or it processes and then it produces some output. So here in this chapter or in this concept, origin of data, how we can collect the data. So that is the main thing. See, what do you mean by data? So it's already explained that data is a collection of figures, facts, real world entities, statistics, etc. Okay, so it is called as data, and it's already once it is explained. For example, 11 is data. In case if you are using some identification tag to this particular data, it gives information. Information is nothing but processed data. That means data undergoes some process to get the meaningful information, right? Say 11 plus years, now we can say information. In case 11 is only, we have 11 means it's data, 11 years means information, and 15 data, 15 kg is information. Okay, these are about data. And what do you mean by information? Information means it's nothing but processed data is called information. So first thing is, user should collect data from the user. Computer should collect data from the user, and that data that should be organized or categorized or prepared properly by the user itself. Then it should be submitted to the system. And what happens is, under this one system that processes that particular data and gives some meaningful information. Okay, these are about data processing. So data processing is a what we can say operation that is allotted by the user or scheduled by the user to perform some operation. Okay. Next concept is evolution of database. Evolution of database means how database evoluted from the olden days to nowadays. So initially, that means olden days they were using manual file system. Manual file system means they need some manual, what we can say stationary items like pen, papers, books, scale, etc. And using that one, it is called as manual file system. That means all the details of a particular employee or all the details of stock, that means all the details of economic activities that should be entered by using the books or pages, and they should maintain such books to see the history or records of a particular person or employee or any other economic event. and here it is called as manual file system. And what happens is, after the evolution of database or database concept, or we can say computerized data processing, what happened is they introduced new concept, that is computerized file system. So under this one, computerized file system, all the users, they were using in this case they were using computers to store the data, to store all the information of a particular employee or economic event. Okay. Next, move on to difference between manual data processing or manual file system and computerized or electronic data processing or computerized file system. So what are the differences between these two things? So far we know that how it is difficult to store all the details of particular employees by using the manual data processing or by using the books, sheets, or maintaining the records and maintaining the history of particular employee and what we can say their service records and salary and what are the salary taken by a particular person in a year. So all those things is very difficult to maintain. Okay, let it be there. So what are the differences between MDP and EDP? MDP is also called as manual file system or manual data processing. EDP means electronic data processing or electronic file system, or we can say computerized file system. And here, first difference between these two things is volume of data processing is limited under this one, manual data processing. Volume of data processing is limited. That means only few data processing or few files can be organized or few files can be processed. And what about this one, EDP? It is unlimited, or sometimes we can say it processes large amount of volume, large amount of data. So it is called as volume of data processing is large. Volume of data processing is large and here it is limited. And next one is, here manual data processing, it uses paper, books, stationery items, etc. So usage of paper. Next here less amount of paper. Sometimes if you want to get some hard copy output, then only we can make use of papers. Otherwise no need of papers and no need of pen, pencil, scale, etc. So all those things is available in computer itself. So no need of that one. And next here labor cost is high. That means more number of clerks or those who are writing records and all those things. Here we need labor cost is high. Labor cost is high under manual data processing. Next, under EDP, it is economic. No need of more number of labors. So only few can manage the computer or electronic data processing. Here storage medium is paper. So under MDP, storage medium is paper, or we can say book. And here storage medium is secondary storage device or hard disk or CD-ROM or any other secondary storage device. Okay, these are about manual data processing and electronic data processing. And one more thing is, here data processing speed is, here it is slow, data processing is slow, but here it is very speed. Compared to manual data processing is speed. Here data processing is slow and under electronic data processing, here it is fast. So, you can expect this question for your final examination or examination purpose. It is for 5 marks. They may ask what are the differences between electronic data processing and manual data processing. So be careful. Okay, next concept that we have to study is data processing cycle. As its name indicates, data processing means data undergo processing to get the meaningful information. See, first thing is we have to collect all the data that may be, we can say, offline, no need to be online. That means computer no need to be switched on stage or position. So whenever computer is off, in that time also we can collect the data, that is offline data collection. And here there are many stages under data processing cycle. So first stage is input. Here by using the common input device, we can collect, or user can provide data and instructions to the system. That process or that stage is called as input. And here what happens is, by using the keyboard, mouse, or you can send image also. That means using scanner, or you can access any multimedia information, or we can provide any multimedia information that includes video, audio, and mixture of video and audio, and or we can say any documents that can be provided to the system through the input unit. And this particular stage is called input, and here data input under this stage it includes data collection and data preparation, and then providing the data to the system, providing the data to the processing part. And here also this picture that depicts how data processing executed or how data processing going on. So first stage is input, and input it will provide the informations to the processing. So under processing, so before processing, whenever you are going to give data and instructions to the system, that must be stored in some other place before processing. So actually it happens also, and before processing, all the data, instructions and any other information given by the user through the common input device, that should be provided to the what we can say, or that should be stored in the storage medium, and then it undergoes processing. So under processing, here also data categorization and data organization happens. Data categorization and data organization. So first thing is input, and from input unit to or input device to processing unit, it actually data that will be supplied or given to the processing unit, and after processing, and not only after processing, during processing itself, it will be sent to storage medium. And here under processing, it performs some operation. For example, you can take 5 plus 3, any operation, specific operation also. Here it will be executed. Here 5 plus 3 is equal to 8, in that way. So any operation. So input unit, from input unit to or stage to processing stage, and under processing stage it performs some certain task or operation, and after performing some operation, and it stores its one copy of that particular item in storage medium, and here in storage medium, after getting some output, it will be sent to output unit. In the same manner or in the same process, what happens is it stores some information in communication also. Here what happens is sometimes communication link, that established link to the input unit. Okay. Or this communication stage that is used to establish link to some other process. Okay. And after output, it will be sent to the input. And output stage, in this case what happens is it will execute or it will send the answer back, answer after processing. Okay, these are about data processing cycle, and this is for 5 marks, and this question also you can expect in the final examination. Okay students, next thing is we have to study about database terms. It's very important for your next, so what are the things in your syllabus? To study those things, we need to study these terms, database terms. So first one is file. Actually, a file is a place where we can store our data or instructions, or we can say it's a basic unit of storage. Or we can say large collection of or large set of values or large collection of related data. It is called as file. Actually, it's a place. See, you can take a CD-ROM or any other optical disk. There are some places. It may be logically related or it may be physically related. It's not a matter. Actually, whenever you are going to locate or recognize a place, and it is called as a file. So that's why you can say a file is a basic unit of storage. Or it is a large collection of, a file is a large collection of related data. So file is one of the basic terms in database concept. So what do you mean by file? A file is a basic unit of storage. And next one is tables. So you know that table means it's a collection of rows and columns, or we can say sometimes a particular cell means it's an intersection of rows and columns. Actually, collection of elements, they are expressed in terms of rows and columns. It is called as a table. The collection of data elements organized in terms of rows and columns, it is called as a table. See, Consider this diagram. See here, table name is a student. Actually, it's a table. Actually, table means it's nothing but two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional array. See here, some roll number, name, age, class, and address. And there are different fields. And next, some items are there. Here, roll number 1100, and name given to this is Arun. And his age is 16. Actually 16 age of this particular student Arun. That means each and every item in horizontal, this particular table, horizontal instance, it is called as a record. 16 second PUC mango. That means here in a table, an horizontal row in a table is called a record. An horizontal row in a table is called record, or we can say it gives all the information about a particular entity. It gives all the information about particular entity. It is called as record. Record. See here, this one is record. The whole column is called as a record, like this. That means here 1100 and 16 second PUC and his address mango. Actually, these are all things pertaining to this particular student. Here, student name is Arun, right? So, it is called as a record. Record means it gives all the information about a particular instance or particular entity. Here, particular entity means Arun. Here, name of student is Arun. So, it gives, this particular horizontal row, it gives all the information about a student, right? Okay, these are about record. And next one is tuple. Tuple is nothing but record. A tuple is an horizontal row in a table which gives tuple, or an horizontal row in a table is called as a record or tuple. Record or tuple. See this? Record or tuple. Both are same. Both are same. Next one is fields. See here, distinct column headers in a table is called as field. Distinct column header. Here, roll number, name, age, class, and addresses are called as field, or we can say property. So, a field in a table that gives distinct property of a particular, what we can say, table items. For example, here we can take roll number. So, what are the things written under roll number? So, all the information belongs to roll number only, that particular students. For example, roll number of Arun is 1100, Tanya is 11001, like this. Okay, these are about fields. Okay. Next database term is domain. See, domain means that is to set some limitations to the particular attribute, or we can say set of values. Domain is a set of values that an attribute can hold. That means, see here age. You can take this attribute age. Here different ages, 15, 16, 15, 16, like this. And here, if he is a second PUC or first PUC student, age between 15 to 16, or maximum we can use that 14 to 17, not more than this. So, domain is a set of values or range of values given to an attribute to set the things, actually to set the limitations to that particular field. Next one is entity relation or entity. Actually, entity means it's an object, or we can say it's a table, or we can use a record or an entity, or we can say it gives some instruction about a particular thing. For example, here entity we can take as Arun is an entity, Tanya, and here Ashok, next Vinay. These are all entities, right? Entity means it's an object. Actually, entity relationship, that is to link between some particular entity and with its relation. Relation itself is a table. See, according to database concept, there are different types of databases. Or this year also you have to study about different types of databases, like relational database, it's latest one, and before this some network databases are there and hierarchical databases are there. So this one is latest, that is relational database, or we can say RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. Right? Okay, these are about RDBMS or Relational Database Management System that explains relationship between entities. how it relates one entity to another entity. Okay, and you can expect these terms in final examination for 5 marks. Explain the following terms like file, tuples and tables, record, and then field, domain, entity, etc.